What's up, guys? So recently I made a video talking about how we're shifting through billions of different realities in between seconds. And I wanted to share some of the examples of like how you could see this in your external environment, right? Looking at somebody else, what is it that you're seeing that is showing you that this person shifted drastically, right? So the first one that I can think of is a friend of mine. She was struggling with her health just in general, right? She wasn't the weight that she wanted to be. She was having diseases. She was having some fitness issues. We were both in the military at the time. And something switched in her head where she decided to become like a raw vegan, like overnight. Never looked back. To this day, still raw vegan. Like then, and this was years ago. Something switched in her head where she went from eating like all this processed food to just becoming a raw vegan overnight. And I watched this person literally become someone completely different. How she behaves, how she thinks, her mannerisms, her confidence, everything is different. Her health is different. Her fitness is different. Everything about this person is different. You would think that this is a completely different person. And this was over the span of a few months. She dropped weight very quickly. And from the outside looking in, it's just like it was very astounding, almost shocking, because I hadn't seen her in a while. And the last time I saw her, she was literally different. And it's instances like these where you'll see a shift over a short like time frame, or you'll see like a drastic like quantum leap where somebody has like stage 4 cancer 1 second, and then a few days later it's gone. And then people say, oh, this is a miracle and stuff like that, but from a multiversal and quantum perspective, this is somebody shifting themselves into a completely different body. The body that they shifted into that is not ill never had an illness. Each moment is like a still frame where that still frame just is. It's like a flip book, right? And you have all of these different options on what story you want to pick for yourself. It's just like film, where the pages get put together, which is where you get time, right? Or the perspective of continuity. You put these things together and they're happening so fast that it looks like everything is moving. But in actuality, everything is just a still frame, and we're experiencing the frames kind of going through us. So when I saw this, and back then I didn't have the awareness that I have now. It just was very astounding to me. I was just like, how did she do this? And it's the micro decisions, right? Each day you wake up, it's not even every time you wake up, it's just every moment. But I'm just gonna say it like this because I think a lot of people can relate. When you wake up in the morning, you feel refreshed. You have like the world is like your oyster. You're like, I can do whatever I want today. Like I can, like you may have to work, but I'm saying in terms of like, you can decide to go to a new restaurant today. You can decide to eat only fruits today. You can decide to go back to the gym today. There's so many things that you can do today from this moment, the now moment, that you are essentially starting anew every moment in time. You always have that option to pick whatever timeline, whatever path, whatever it is that resonates with you. And all of these things are true and real. It's just about what are you paying attention to. That attention thing is how you steer in the multiverse. What are you paying attention to, and what are you taking physical action toward? The physical action part of this is because we live in a physical reality. Physical action is required. It's one of the fundamental laws of how we bring in whatever reality that we want. And that's truly what's happening. We're picking a reality by taking that physical action. And when you start to look at things like this, you understand that although something might not manifest instantly, you made a choice. And that's the most important thing, is making a choice on what it is that you actually want to do. Because a lot of people get stuck in that overthinking part of their journey where they're like, well, I don't know where to go, or what if it doesn't work out, or my parents and culture, and this wasn't what I was taught, and all of this stuff like that. Your earth brain will start to attach to whatever you're actually passionate about. That passion is an indicator from the universe to go wherever it is that you want to go. That feeling, that passion, that sense of like, man, that sounds fun, that sounds exciting, that's an indicator. But if you allow your ego to start to attach doubt, that's when people get stuck in the overthinking, or they think that something's not the right decision, or they don't know how it's going to work out, or they don't know how long it's going to take. All of that stuff is stuff that will be generated when you attempt to follow the passion. But if you can quiet the noise, you can get to wherever it is that you actually want to get to. I really found this whole multiversal concept fascinating when I realized it, because I started to apply it. Now, the bulk of my content isn't here on YouTube, it's on TikTok, but I'm starting to build out here. And it was this instant of understanding that I had to become who I wanted to actually be, even though my external wasn't reflecting it. The external will reflect it. It has no choice to, because I made the decision to become somebody that I desire to be. Excuse me, confirmation burp. I decided to be someone who helps others and teaches others that may feel lost, or may feel like they don't have a direction. I guess that's the same thing, right? But I've been there. I've already been there. I've been through abuse and trauma and addictions and all this other crazy stuff. And I've gotten through all that stuff and realized I just have to be who I want to be. But the physical action part is required. Unfortunately, we can't just think about it and magically be there. We live in physical reality. Doesn't mean that it has to be hard, right? I don't want you to confuse what I'm saying with this being a difficult thing, because it doesn't need to be difficult. The universe is honestly doing most of the heavy lifting, especially when you're doing something that you're actually genuinely passionate about. That passion is enough energy to make this very simple. And you'll have fun the whole time. So I just want you guys to know that if you feel lost, the first thing that you should do is figure out what you're excited about. If you don't know what you're excited about, then your passion is now figuring out what you actually are excited about, right? That's what you should focus on. You don't know what you're excited about, or if you already have something you're excited about, follow that. If you don't, then figure out what it is that you actually are excited about, because that is going to be the starting point. And Bashar talks about this a lot, but I didn't, I listened to Bashar for years and still wasn't applying it. Please take me as a symbol, an example, whatever, that when I started to do it, that's when it started working. That's when I started to see, oh, okay, like I actually can do this, and it builds momentum. I don't know if other people get that feeling, like when you go to the gym, like for me, it's like 3 days in a row. Once I go to the gym like 3 days in a row, I can just keep going. It doesn't feel like it's as difficult. I'm like, this is a part of my routine. But that's a momentum thing. And you will feel the momentum. You'll feel the drive to do whatever it is that you love to do at some point. But the key is to start. So I'm here for you. And let me know what it is that you're passionate about.